Hey, you guys. It's Amajam with AmajamHealing.com. I was meditating this morning and this memory came up of a super moving, significant part of my life today. And the spirit was like, you gotta do a video, you gotta put this on, somebody needs to hear it. I'm like, okay. So here I am. So I want to tell you this story. So when I was about 28, 29, I was just starting my practice and I was living in San Francisco, and I would go to this park like every day, and it was so special and so like spiritually lit. And I would be so scared. I didn't have any money. I was on the edge like every week to pay my bills. I'm like, am I doing the right thing? I'm not gonna have any clients. Like, I was freaked out. And I would go to this place pretty much every day and just sit and feel guidance and spirit telling me like, everything's gonna work out fine, like just keep going. And I really just felt like everything's gonna be okay every single time I'd go. And they were always right. But anyway, that's a little side note. So during that time, I met this guy, and at some point, maybe 2 months into our relationship, he's like, I think I want to see other people. I don't think I want to be exclusive. And I was like, me no like. I don't think I want that. And he was like, well, I think I might. And I'm like, well, he's like, why don't we just take a couple of weeks to think about it? And then we'll get back together at the end of the 2 weeks. We won't talk at all. And then we'll make a decision. And I was like, okay. I was so scared. I was so scared. I didn't want to lose him. I was like not in my power whatsoever. I was just petrified. And I would like I would take those 2 weeks and I would like try to get into my heart at that time to be like, what's the truth? What's the truth? What's the truth? And I was just so effed up. I was so effed up. And I would blare Alanis Morissette songs, I would just try to do anything I could to get into my heart and know the truth. And I was so scared that my heart was going to say, you can't be exclusive. And you need to be exclusive. And if he doesn't, you're going to have to leave. Like, that was the worst thing I could have heard at that time. So it was like day 14, pretty much. And that's what I got to. My truth was, you really just want to date him. And if he wants to date other people, you're going to have to end it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in. I know what I want. Yes, 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 yes. And I'm doing everything I can to like align with that feeling, get in there and feel it. So he calls me, he's like, so where do you want to meet? Our 2 weeks are up. And I'm like, oh, I know. I want to meet at my super special place, because that's where I feel supported and empowered, right? And he doesn't know anything about it. So he's like, okay. So we met and we go for this walk in the woods, and there's this tree. And we both sit on the tree. And the whole time I'm going for the walk, I'm like, I'm building myself up, right? I'm like, I know my truth. I'm going to do it. And then he says, I want to see other people. And I was like, okay. And I stayed with him. And I didn't end it. I totally compromised myself like 5,000%, 10,000%. And it was super painful, but I stayed anyway, because that's where I was at. It's just scared and needy and didn't want to be alone and, blah, 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 right? So I think it was like maybe 3 or 4 months later, we just had all this stuff. It just wasn't working. And so we ended it at that time. And then at some point I moved out of San Francisco, moved to Berkeley area, the East Bay. And I would drive to San Francisco all the time because I loved it there and, just would hang out there. And one day I'm like, oh, I want to go to my super secret special place. So 2 years, I hadn't been there. I go there and I start walking down this path and I'm like, oh yeah, this was the path of that guy. And I was like, and there's the tree that whole thing happened. And I go to sit on the tree, and all of a sudden, this part of me pops up, like vivid like I am to you. She was like full on vivid. And she's like, you left me. You left me here on this tree 2 years ago. And this part of me was like, you totally gave your power away, totally compromised yourself, you totally gave yourself away, and you've left me here ever since. And I was just like, you know, moved, you know, and you know the truth, and you're just like, just beyond yourself, right? So I had to go through, you know, oh my God, I cannot believe I left myself. Like literally. It was such a good lesson. Like literally there was my energy, my consciousness. I left her, left myself. So I spent time there, you know, and I reintegrated her. And then I was like, where else have I left myself? And I would, you know, I went home and I would spend like days and I would like comb through my life to be like, where else did I give my power away? Where else did I leave myself? And I'd find little parts of myself and I'd reintegrate them, you know. But dang, man, that was crazy. And I felt so strongly that I had to share this story with you guys. Somebody needs to hear this. I don't know who, but someone needs to hear this. So that's my story. And I thank you for listening. And I ask you to share this video with anyone that you feel might need to hear this. And I'm also starting my YouTube channel more back up again. As you can see, I've been doing more videos. I'm just inspired and prompted to do it, whether I'm comfortable, whether I'm not comfortable. I'm like, I have to do this now. So I would like to get my YouTube channel going. So please subscribe, hit the little bell icon, and you'll get notified when I do my next video. And please hit the thumbs up also. That also helps the channel grow. So my loves, that's my story for whoever needs to hear it. And I just love you guys tons and tons. And I will see you when we do. Okay, bye for now.